With me now is Rochdale's MP, Tony Lloyd, and we'd just like to ask you how the campaign has gone.
Well, we've had, I think, a pretty intense campaign over not just days and weeks, but over the months. I think what is obvious today, though, is that the turnout, and I think this is a national thing, is significantly down. And that's a shame, because it means obviously people, perhaps, with the referendum and general election, and now local elections, whether people are getting a little bit fed up with walking to the polling station, I don't know. But of course, actually, democracy does matter, and democracy suffers if people don't turn out. So that side is disappointing. I think as well, to be honest, and without sounding sort of making a party political point, we've not had a lot of opposition. And of course, if you've not got a lively political debate, then you don't tend to see the public even realising there's an election on. One of my big complaints about the national media is that they are very London-focused. So you'd know there were elections on in London. You'd scarcely know there's elections in the north of England, but big chunks of the north are voting today. And sometimes our national media could do a little bit more to recognise that places do exist, like Rochdale.
But how do you think we can get round this sort of this apathy for people coming out to vote?
Do you know, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Because an awful lot of things that people raise on the doorstep, I mean, obviously sometimes they are national issues, but very often it's local issues that really that people want to talk to you about. The state of the roads, the kids' education, what's happening in the local health service, not necessarily the national health service. Some of these are things that we can do better at local level, and we do better if people participate, and if we can get across the message, actually, look, your vote does count. Your vote actually decides whether it's somebody who you think is up to the job, or possibly, if you don't vote, you're going to get somebody who is, in your view, not up to the job. So that vote does matter. That's not me being pious. I mean, vote against me if you think I'm the wrong man. Vote against my party if you think we're doing a bad job. But do come out and vote, because actually it makes a difference for your house, for your family, for your street, and for your community.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's something that we need to even cross-party get together and get the message out to the electorate that how important it is to vote.
And yet it's funny, because I mean, what we did see in the general election in Rochdale was, it's only 12 months ago, we saw a massive upsurge, particularly amongst younger people voting. And that was really good. I mean, young people obviously said then, look, we do care. It does make a difference. Actually, we've got to try to get across. Older people do vote still. We've got to try to say to younger people, look, democracy matters. And maybe we do need to do more in our schools. Maybe.
I think we need to get into the schools a bit more and not talk about a particular agenda, but just politics in general. And how it can make a difference to the area that you live in.
And young kids do care. I was in one of the primary schools recently, so we're talking about relatively young children, the 10 and 11-year-olds, and they were doing some really interesting things around why do we need food banks in Rochdale? They were talking about, is it right in this world of ours that people go to bed with not enough food in the stomach? So these are children who do care. What clearly something happens between them being 10 and 11 and being 18 and 20 when they say, well, I can't be bothered anymore. And you'd like to say, well, look, actually, keep in there. When you've got the vote, you can then begin to determine whether the people who you elect care about the issues that you care about. And that idealism you had as a 10-year-old, actually hang on to, because the only way we'll change the world is if you're prepared to help us change it.
Correct. Well, all the very best.
Thank you.